Great question. So when we founded Tradeshift, that was back in 2010. And I think for everybody kind of doing anything at that time, it seems like the decade before that, that was all about networks and cloud. It was also very kind of visible to us that those kind of networks models and the underlying economic models, they were just completely absent from that space. Everybody was connecting companies more or less point to point. Everybody was making money off the transactions there. So when we saw that, invoicing, electronic invoicing and those things had such a low penetration level of, just a few percentages of all transactions, it was also like very clear that there was a complete absence of the network models in the B2B world. And that's kind of why we thought, if we are to make a change, if you're going to see some change in adoption of digital services in human lifetime scales, we think that the network approach to things has a role to play. And we think that the economic models that drove those networks to kind of hyperscale, that they would have a role to play. Large enterprises have been trying to digitize since the 70s. In the 70s, standards for exchanging digital documents between companies like EDIs emerged. And I think today, almost all global companies have had several attempts at turning their trade digital. The question we think that every large buyer should ask themselves, that is, are you prepared to share the upside of the digital transformation that you are trying to drive? And our clear hypothesis is that the reason why still in 2023 we are at the 85% non-digital mark, that is because companies have failed to share the upside in that digital transformation with the sellers and within their supply chain and the companies that they ask to participate and put in work to kind of achieve those goals. And so to me, it becomes a difference between asking your supplier to digitize something and to ask your supplier to join essentially a trading community, not a portal, not a technical solution. From a seller's perspective, it means that you are joining a network together with thousands of others buying and selling companies, and that the network that you're joining, you can think of it a little bit more like a trading hub or a trade community, something that can offer more to the participants in terms of access to market and access to finance than if you connected, decided with your main buyer or your main sellers just to connect point to point. Firmly believe in kind of not so much say the network technologies, but the economics that underlie networks, that you can actually have financiers, marketplace operators, buyers and sellers come together globally and do their digital trade. And you can bring it together with the whole service ecosystem, finance, purchasing, automation, all of those services, and that they have an opportunity to sell their services and offer their services and distribute their services inside of a network. I think that's the opportunity. To me, the network approach enables a marketplace around the digitization. I think that's going to help digitization. I think in the absence of these economic models, we have seen that demonstrated for the past 30, 40 years. It shows that the digitization will run at a snail's pace, because essentially companies will resist it if they don't see an upside in it.